We spend a lot of time talking about Abdul Wahid because he's an amazing fighter and his level of competition. But there's really only one fighter that wants to fight him, and that is Devin. Let's talk.
Straighter.
Yep.
Not
Yep.
roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Yo, it's the best, fight the best. If you ain't with the moto, just click the link, bitch, and get buried like the rest. It ain't gonna work how you want it. These trolls already tried, too many come but don't leave. So if you here, you gotta die. I'm spitting straight facts. These bitches crying cause they hate that. The LDBC's the top topic, bitch, hate that. We the ones that bring the truth to these fans. So why you hate, I'ma laugh and keep counting these bands. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link, get prepared to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you. Welcome to the graveyard. Click the link if you dare to. Bury you alive, I'm prepared to. Welcome to the graveyard. You get your sources from clowns, so when you come around, we don't hear you.
Welcome to the graveyard.
When Devin Haney was at 135, the conversation was Devin and Tank, and it was popping. It was an everyday thing. And then Shakur tried to jump into that and get a little piece, right? Try to get into that, try to put his name in the mix as well. And Dev made Shakur pop it, and it was flowing forth. And y'all, man, we were talking every day, and it was what about this, and who's ducking that, and who's doing this, and who's doing that, and who's on first, and what stole second, and then what you call it. It was all kind of. And then when Devin left, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Reality set in when Devin went to 140. Reality. All the vim, vigor, conversations and arguments and debates all went away when Devin went to 140. And you hated Devin to go into 140, but you wouldn't send him a contract when he was at 135. But now that he's at 140, I don't hear Cashapp calling for Tank. As a matter of fact, I see Cashapp talk about, oh man, he's ducking me, so that's just that. I just got to sit around and wait and hope and pray that he might choose me. He might choose up. He might choose up, he might choose me. I just got to sit around and pray that he might choose me. I got to sit around and pray that he might pick me, that I hope he picks me. Cashapp Twitterson, your road is not the same as Devin's road. Devin is signed to DHP Promotions, which is partnered with DAZN. You are Cashapp Twitterson. You're assigned to Cashapp Twitterson Promotions, whatever that is, if it even exists. You're not partnered with nobody. You have no excuse for absolutely nothing. It is beneficial for you to either re-sign with Top Rank because Loma's there, Tio's there, Bozo's there, or to sign with the PBC because Tank's there, Frank's there, Gary's there, De Los Santos is there. There's your two options. So if you go any other option, if you end up signing with somebody when for no reason, and y'all know what it is. What's his reasoning? What is Cashapp's reasoning to not talk to the PBC for a deal? What's his reasoning? Who's he partner with? What network is backing him? That's not ESPN and Top Rank. What's the network? Because I'm confused here. And I'm going to consistently and constantly use Devin as a measuring stick, because Devin is signed to DAZN, well, to DHP, which is partnered with DAZN. So he has a network. He has a network. He don't need any of these guys to put on his fights. He has a network. What network is Cashapp Twitterson going to have when he leaves Top Rank? If he leaves Top Rank, what network? Yeah, he'll have two. One if he stays with ESPN, and then whatever network PBC wants to put him on if he goes over there. He'll have a network. He is not in the same. Him and Devin is not the same. They're not the same at all. At all. He does not have his own promotional company that's partnered with somebody else. They're not the same. So, if you want all the fights, you know, just like Budrick wanted to fight Arrow and Sean and Keith and Danny, and then we said, well, if you want to fight those guys, then why are you over there? There's no one over there. You are not your own boss at all. You don't dictate nothing. You do what they tell you to do. So how about your contract's about to end, but you just go over there. But he re-signed. That's what we suggested. If you're saying that you want to fight all these guys, your contract is up, why aren't you going over there? Oh, BF, that's what Devin too. Devin could have signed with the PBC. Devin could have. I've already explained to y'all the differences, but I know y'all not going to care because y'all hate Devin. But again, I'm going to keep using Devin as a measuring stick. I've explained to y'all the difference with that. I've explained that. It's a very, very valid and common sense reason. Very, very valid. Very valid. Devin is on a different level than Cashapp. Devin was on a different level than Bud. Absolute facts. Those guys were homeless. Absolutely homeless. Devin was never homeless. Never. In this boxing world and in real life. Never. Them dudes was homeless. You cannot be a homeless dude talking about you want, look at this guy in the big house. Look how his couch looks. And look how his TV looks. And look at this. It looks all nice. And you can go live there. But you're like, no, I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna sit over and talk about how nice it looks. That's Cashapp. That was Bud. Devin was never homeless. Never. Never. It's a whole different story. All right? Cashapp, your contract is up in one fight. One fight, which I don't believe, and we'll see, but whatever. That's what you're saying. You've been lying all the time, and nobody cares about your lies because your name isn't Devin. If your name was Cashapp Haney, I guarantee you every one of the lies that this man had would be exposed to the world, but whatever. Whatever. He just consistently lies and don't nobody hold him accountable for nothing, but it's all right, because I understand. Cashapp don't want to fight Tank. He does not want to fight Tank at all. Devin has already said on multitude of occasions, but he got no problem with signing with the PBC if they're going to give him Tank. Bill has said this. Devin has said this. Multiple. They got no problem, bro. They got no problem. And they're partnered, bro. They can go wherever they want. They'll go over there, fight him, and go right back to where they was at because they're partnered. They can do that. Cashapp cannot. What is Cashapp's excuse? What is his reasoning for not doing anything for a Tank fight? What would you do for a Abdul fight? Okay, so what's he doing? That shit dead. He's scared of me. He don't want to fight me, because he can send me a contract. But then when we say, well, Tank can send Devin a contract, like, oh, come on, man. The B-side can send one too. Okay, well, isn't Cashapp the B-side of Tank? He don't want to fight him. He don't want to fight him, bro. He don't want to fight him. He don't. He does not. It's better for Cashapp to use the man's name than to fight him. He don't want to fight him. He going to gain one bag, get knocked out, and that's it. Where's he going to go after that? What's he going to do? Is he gonna fall back into the lap of Cashapp, Twitterson Promotions and fight bumps? Now, if Devin loses to Tank, Devin can fall right back into DHP Promotions and continue on his career. He'll have fighters lined up for him. Who's gonna fight Cashapp? Who's gonna fight this man? Who? What fight he gonna get? You're defensively sound. Cashapp is. He's very defensively sound. He's very defensively sound. His offense is absolute garbage. He's defensively sound to a fault. He's extra, ultra defensively sound. Nobody wants to see that shit. So what's he gonna do? You're gonna get knocked out by Tank. That's the end of you. That's it. That's the end of you. That's a finish. That's a fit. That you're done. You're finished. That's it. That's it. What do you got after that? Think about it. Y'all don't have to believe me. Just let common sense settle in. What are you gonna go back to Bob Arum? Is that what you're gonna do? Hey, Bob, PBC shit dead. That shit dead. What you wanna do, bro? You lose the Tank, it's over. This is not the era back in the day where, a loss don't matter. You guys make sure, fighters themselves make sure losses matter. Because you talk about it. You undefeated guy. That was the one thing about Keith Thurman that saved him. Yeah, it saved him losing to Manny Pacquiao. Man, that man was running around here talking about he's going to retire Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's not even good. He's old and blah. He's an old man and blah, blah, blah. But the one thing that saved Keith Thurman is he consistently said, I got to owe and I'm not afraid to let it go. Even though he was afraid to let it go to Errol Spence. But the fact that he said that he wasn't afraid to let it go is what saved him. These guys run around, man, this guy lost, though. He lost. This dude's a bum, man. He a bitch, man. He lost, bro. He a bum. Devin lost the Tank, man. He lost the Tank, man. Well, I mean, he lost to Loma, man. Devin lost to Loma. And that shit dead. And to me, Loma beat him. Loma won. Loma should be undisputed. So Loma, let's fight a real chessman. You don't realize what you just did to yourself. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, bro. So you fight Tank, you get stopped, and you will be stopped. Then what? Then what? What are you going to do then? Where are you going? Who can I run to? Where are you going, bro? Where? Where are you going? What are you going to do? Think about that, y'all. Lomachenko does not want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis at all. Well, Abdul Wahid, he does not want to fight Tank at all. How can you say you want to fight Tank? For years, you wanted to fight Tank. For years. You get an opportunity to become the WBA mandatory, and you go a different route. How can Loma fans, how can you guys sit here and tell me that Loma wants to fight Tank when Loma could have put Tank in a position to shit or get off the pot? Loma could have did that. Loma could have put Tank in a position, I'm your mandatory. You're going to fight me or vacate. And the entire world is not going to give you the praise that they give you for ducking Devin. No. For ducking Devin, they can get, Devin ain't nobody. Devin's pillow fizzers. But they ain't going to do that to that white man. Man, that white dude, man, Lomachenko, that white what? The greatest fighter since Muhammad Ali, the speed, the footwork, the combination of angles. Okay, listen, Gervonta. Loma ain't going to call him Abdul. Man, Loma's going to be calling that man Gervonta. He ain't going to be calling him no Abdul, and nobody's going to say nothing about it. They're going to give this man excuses. Oh, come on, BF. You know Lomachenko don't speak English. Lomachenko don't speak good English, BF. He don't speak good English. So you got to give him a pass. He could call him Gervonta, BF. He don't speak good English. Man, Lomachenko going to be all, Gervonta. I'm your mandatory now. You can no duck me now. You can no duck me. You say you fight your mandatory. I'm your mandatory. You can no duck me now. I want Gervonta to fight. I want this fight long time. I want this fight years, so many years. I'm your mandatory now. Floyd can no save you. You know with Floyd now. He no save you. I'm your mandatory. You has to, bro, what are we doing? He didn't do that. And he could have. Don't tell me. Oh, but BF, he's on that side of the street. So that means what? What does it mean? Wasn't Sean Porter Bud's mandatory. Yeah, it was mandatory, right? And they gave Sean Porter more than $1 million. They was only trying to give Sean Porter $1 million, and Sean Porter said, I make more than that fighting regular people. This is Bud Crawford we talking about. I make more than $1 million fighting. I could go fight some bum and make more than that. Yeah, and BFTB was the one saying, I don't give a damn I don't give a damn. I don't care. You guys run around and do all this talk about y'all. You ain't nobody worried about Bud, nobody scared about Bud, and blah, 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 blah. Now you got an opportunity. You talk about money? Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. That was me and only me. Y'all were still shitting on Bud. Oh man, they can give him more money than this. They can give him more money. And once again, Bud in the ring, gifted. Bud as a father figure and a family man, special. Bud getting fighters from outside to the ring to inside the ring is absolute split dirty ass. That nigga's trash. That's Toby, top-ranked Toby. Budrick, he's garbage. And there's a difference. There's an absolute difference. Yeah, so don't be sitting here telling me, Loma couldn't do it. He's with top rank. Okay, well, guess what? They can do the same thing that you motherfuckers was talking about Frank Martin could do with Shakur Stevenson, right? Let it go to purse bid, right? They could do that, right? Let it go to purse bid. Whoever wins the purse bid pays for the fight. They could do that with Tank, right? They could do that, right? Or you're going to say Lomachenko, or you're going to say Tank just vacated his belt and Lomachenko fought some bum for the vacant WBA belt and then unified with George Kambosos. Or unified with Cashapp. Or fought some bum and unified the WBO with the WBA. That man didn't want to fight Tank. At all. Because he could have went over there, got that fight. He ain't getting no younger. They're blatantly aging Lomachenko out. Blatantly aging him out. They blatantly said years ago that he's got a rush. We're younger than him. He's old. He got a rush. That was years ago. He's older now. Lomachenko don't want to fight Tank. Yeah, and you cannot convince me that he does. Because he had the route right there. Right there. You were ranked in every sanctioning body. You were ranked in every single one. All you had to do was do exactly what you did. Petition for that Mando spot. Fight one of them top 5 bums over there at WBA, pick one of them bums, fight one of them bums, and petition, let Bob Arum go to work, and petition the winner becomes a mandatory to Gervonta Davis. Knowing good and damn well that you would have beat some bum-ass dude over there, and you're now the mandatory. You fought Jermaine Ortiz instead. Oh, BF, but he wanted undisputed, BF. Well, he could have still got it. What are we doing? He could have still got it. Nothing changed. Nothing would have changed. You would have been the WBA #1, the mandatory to both Tank and Devin. Well, maybe not Devin's mandatory, but you would have been #1 to him. So if Tank ducked you, then you could have Tank could have ducked you, got stripped of that WBA regular, which would have been given to you. So you fighting Devin would have been unifying the WBA straps. Yeah. Tank ducks you, drops the WBA regular. You get elevated, which you have no problem being elevated, and no one will call Lomachenko an email champion, but you get elevated to the WBA regular champion. So WBA super champion Devin versus WBA regular champion Loma is a unification, and you could probably ask for more money because you are now the WBA regular champion. Now the winner of Lomachenko versus Devin, there is no other belts, nowhere, Mickey Mouse or not. There's no, that winner of that fight has everything. There is no nothing nowhere else. Loma could have did that. But instead, Loma fought Jermaine Ortiz and nobody said a word. And as a matter of fact, it gave the man excuses. Oh, BF, he was in the war. No, he wasn't. He just visited. He was just on vacation. He didn't bust a grape. Nigga's shoes wasn't even tied. Motherfucker's still jacket came fresh out the plastic. He put it back in and gave it to somebody else. They went to the front lines. He never did anything. Nothing. Never. Never on no front lines. Never. He played Call of Duty for 2 weeks and then went to America. Talking about they let him get out. What do you mean let him get out? He didn't have to go in. That dude visited. He was on vacation. He went over there and visited his dad. Papachenko. If y'all don't stop this bullshit, he didn't want to fight Tank. He could have. He could have forced it. He could have made that man duck. But I know y'all be in my comments. No, BF, no, that's not the case, BF. No, he really wants to fight because Tank ducked him a long time ago. So that means Loma can't be ducking him now. Bro, that's the goofiest shit. If Tank ducked Loma, which he did, that has nothing to do with Loma ducking him now. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Not a damn thing, nothing. If Tank ducked Devin, which he did, if Tank sent Devin a contract and Devin turned it down, well, then Devin ducked Tank. Don't change anything. Tank ducked Devin, and then Tank sent him a contract that Devin turned down, so Devin ducked Tank. They both ducked each other. Devin wanted to smoke for all these time, all these years, blah, blah, blah. Tank didn't want no smoke. Okay, cool. Devin moved on. Then Tank sent him something so that we can get the fight, and Devin turned it down. Devin just ducked him. So here, Tank ducked. Now there's Devin. Devin ducking. See how I keep going back to Devin? Because I know Devin is that dude. That I know. He's that guy. I know this. George Kambosos don't want to fight Tank. No, he does not. No, he does not. George Kambosos does not want to fight Tank. He probably wouldn't get a fight anyway. But he damn sure don't want to fight Tank. George Kambosos could have fought somebody in the WBA to become the WBA mandatory as well. He did not. None of these guys want to fight Gervonta or Abdul Tank Wahid. None of them. They're just using this man's name. They are doing what you guys claim Devin's doing. Which one of those guys sent Devin an offer? Which one of those guys said they'll drop everything they got to fight Tank? So, I mean, which one of those guys? Who sent Tank an offer? Anybody? Did Shakur? No. Loma? Never. Bozo? No. Who sent him an offer? Gary? Who sent Tank an offer? Who? What fighter? Devin. Devin alone. Devin. That's it. Devin. Nobody else sent Tank nothing. Nobody else is trying to fight Tank at all. Nobody is calling out. Nobody. But they just want Devin to. Nobody's doing it. Nobody. Just Devin. He's the only one that wants to fight Tank. He's the only one, and he's now at 140. Him at 140 exposed that nobody else wants to fight Tank. Nobody. They don't have the same energy. Where is all the vim and vigor? Where is Cashapp calling Tank all these bitches? Where is Lomachenko beating down Tank's door? Where is Bozo? Where is anybody, bro? None of these guys want no smoke with him. None. Just Devin. Just Devin. And Devin exposed that and proved it to the world when he went to 140. Man, when Devin was at 135, it was like a damn bee's nest. There was bees buzzing all over the place saying everything. As soon as Devin left, everything got quiet. As soon as he left, nothing. No Loma conversation, no Bozo conversation, no Cashapp conversation, no nobody. It's quiet. Ain't nobody saying nothing. The only person that I'll give a pass for being quiet is Frank Martin, is because he was quiet when Devin was there. Yeah, Frank was quiet when everybody was there. When all the bees was buzzing, Frank was quiet. Where is Davies at? Where is Coleslaw Davis? Where is he at? Where is Coleslaw Davis? Where is any of these guys? None of these guys want to fight Tank. None of them. The only one that wanted to fight Tank is Devin. That's it. That is it. Proven. Proven. Frank is the only one that gets a pass because he was quiet when everybody was buzzing. He was quiet when the bees was beating down, was trying to sting somebody. He was quiet when the rhetoric was all over the place. Frank was quiet. He's the only one that gets a pass for me because he is now exactly what he was then. Quiet. Facts. All these other fighters will run around here interviewing anybody, would jump in front of them, put a mic in their face. But anybody says something to them, they talking, they running, they blah, 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 blah. And only one of them stood on business, and that was Devin. That's the only one that stood on business. The only one. All the rest of these guys, now that Devin ain't there, ain't saying nothing. All the rest of these guys is quiet. Oh, BF, Loma's about to unify with about to get a belt with George Kambosos. So, why couldn't he get a belt with Tank? It's one belt. It makes more sense to go over there and force that man to fight you or give up the strap, makes more sense to do that than it does to fight George Kambosos. Because George Kambosos ain't going nowhere. You can go over there and force that, and if nothing happens, you pick up a belt for free. If Tank drops the belt and ducks you and refuses to fight Lomachenko, then you get elevated for free. So your fight with George Kambosos becomes a unification. Yeah, you are unifying the WBA and IBF straps. That's what you're doing. The vacant IBF and the WBA, you're unifying that. Or if George Kambosos fights a bum or a rematch Maxi Pat Hughes or one of these bum ass niggas and George Kambosos wins or loses, well, then you are now going back to Top Rank with the WBA strap and you're unifying with that guy. What I'm saying is common sense. But I know you guys are not going to use it because a lot of y'all are really Tank haters. A lot of y'all. I am not a Tank hater at all. I don't like Tank's moves. The same exact thing I don't like when it came to Budrick, his moves. There's a whole different story with me not liking their moves and not liking them as a person. You guys don't like Tank as a person. I don't like his moves. Same exact thing with Budrick. But whatever about that. None of these guys want to fight him. None. Just Devin. And now that Devin left 140, it was proved. BFTB. Shout to the mighty LDBC. I'm out.